All right, so we're back. Seems like I have little technical difficulties. Apologize for that. Sorry about that, Reg. So let's get
Good.
back to the basketball thing. Now, are you trying to say you were Kyrie Irving or were you KD?
Man, my game, honestly, I could go down in the post because I was so physical, had a nice 3-point jump shot, and I was quick, off the ball, off the dribble. So I wasn't one dimensional. That's for sure. I still play a little bit, but not as much as I used to because these knees were bad. But yeah, my game was pretty good. I used to hoop at Kentucky, man. I got into a couple fights out there because people got mad at me.
You said a couple fights.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't play when it came to the basketball, man. Like dudes get mad at you because you abusing them. They get mad.
Right. That's
You know
fine.
me. I have a quick temper,
Right, right.
so you know it didn't go well over there. What's the center over there? We used to always go play at.
Right by the Curvin Towers.
Yeah,
I can't. I can't remember, man. Them days are so far gone. I played one time with him, uh, peer pressure. But man, once football's over, man, I'm trying to get these engineering books done. So I played a couple games with Steve Hall because Steve Hall had some hops, man. That's one thing I said about
yeah,
him.
yeah. He could jump.
So so what were your thoughts on the Last Dance while before we were cut off?
Like I was saying, I think it really, for me, it puts Jordan on even a bigger platform, pedestal. Um, Watching how he night in, night out, put in work. See, people don't understand that. All these guys want to be the guy, but everybody's not clutch. So when your turn to make the game winning shot and you're, night in, night out, you're performing at that high level, that's on a whole, everybody can't do that. And
Right,
you're talking about it's already you're the top 1% to even make it to the NBA, right?
right.
So take that further. He's 1% of 1% that's better than everybody else. Think
That's
about
true.
that.
That's true.
And I think he revolutionized basketball. He made it a global brand. Everybody knew Michael Jordan. Other countries, so I think what he did for the game had never been done. And you can't compare him to LeBron or anybody else because without him, there might not be the platform for a LeBron. Now LeBron is great. I ain't gonna take that away from him, but I gotta go with who I grew up watching and watching that documentary. It just allowed us to come in and see even more that he brought to that team and brought to the game itself.
Oh man, so basically, I lost A. Dot White, and I got an A. Dot White clown because y'all.
You
Come
crazy.
on, man. I understand. I understand. Y'all MJ fans.
So enlighten me.
Yeah,
I like LeBron. I like LeBron. I love what LeBron does. LeBron to me is the greatest NBA athlete. Just hands down. Just what he 6'8" can jump out the gym. Like I look at him as the greatest athlete that played in the NBA.
okay.
But when you're talking about Jordan's mindset to kill anything that steps on the court, that's different, man. That's different.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm a Laker fan, so I'm more of a Kareem, Magic, Kobe person. But I
Oh, I love
understand.
Kobe too,
I
for
understand.
sure.
I all right. Let's just get.
But when you talk about Kobe, right?
Yeah.
Kobe mocked his whole game after who?
Facts. Out the MJ. Out the MJ. Facts. Not no argument there. No argument there. So I never was a fan of MJ just for other stuff. But between the lines, I can't dispute he's the greatest. Now, outside of lines where I get the issues.
Hey, you can dispute that with a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Like the problem with celebrity is people only see that side when they're on, or they're on their TV show, they're on their game, whatever. The life that they live on the outside, that's totally different. Like I can care less about, because I know being there, you see people and you think they're a certain way, and then when you meet them, they're totally different. So I don't. When I'm looking at him, I'm looking solely about the game, solely about when he turned that switch on, it's on.
Right. Now I agree with that. I just want my best player to exhibit some off the court deals that can even motivate these kids even more. That's all. Now I'm nitpicking. I just was in Chi-Town when he was there, and that's those couple things that I just didn't like, and that's just me.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of things that I see now, that being an adult, but when we're talking about basketball, there's a lot of guys that I see that could do more for the community, do more for kids, use their platform in the right way, and they don't. There's a lot of them.
Right.
We could go on and debate that forever, because it's our kids, especially we're talking about black athletes who are 70% in NFL and probably 80% of the NBA. Well, I guess because they overseas. But anyway, I think we have an obligation to. You don't have to be a role model, but you want to tread lightly, because kids are influenced by what you do. Just my opinion.
That's where I get into it, and which kind of gets us to sort of what I want to talk about a little bit, is like youth sports, man. Since you deal with kids and that's keeping you in shape, I always say that these youth coaches have a lot more responsibility than a lot of them like to take on. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I've dealt with the youth sports. I never got into youth coaching because I just didn't like the atmosphere. And I'm not saying that every coach that's a youth coach is trying to live through the kids, but I just see some stuff that I don't agree with personally. I don't like year-round tackle football, being that playing professional football, you go through college and pros and all of that, and there's things that we deal with that many people don't even know about unless we address it. But I just wouldn't put my kid through that. And I think parents have to do a better job of choosing the people that are going to be around and influencing their kid. If I got someone tearing down my kid, they won't be my kid's coach, period. I don't care how many wins they get. Right. They tear down my kid and demoralize and make them dread playing a sport. That's not the person for me, personally.
I wholeheartedly agree. Hold on, Reggie. We got Anthony White, I think, trying to get back on. Hold on, let me try to get him in. Ant, can you hear me, Ant?
Yeah, I hear you.
Man, what's going on, man?
I'm good, man. I'm just watching y'all, man, do y'all thing, and I wanted to call in and let you know. Hold on, I got my volume on in the background. That no, I done played ball with y'all doing a good job, handsome young brothers, man. I done played ball with Reggie, man. I heard Reggie giving a little hoop scoop, and I don't want anybody to take it short. Reggie can play ball, man. He was exactly what he said. Man, he can get down there. He had bounce to him.
Okay.
He could do his thing, man. I don't want nobody to take that short. I also wanted to let you know y'all brothers look good on the TV, man.
Now, what you telling me basically is if Reggie wasn't on here because the other broadcast, you said I was ugly. Now you're saying we two good-looking brothers. What's going on? You changing the story?
No, man, that's not the case. No, that's not the case. Man, Reggie, see, you outnumbered this time. Reggie and George were like big brothers to me when I was in the DB room, man. They took me underneath their wing as if I was their own. Now, you, on the other hand, you didn't care for me. Reggie and G. Harris, man, looked out for you boys. So I always had respect for them dudes, man.
Oh, that ain't
He
right.
died.
That ain't right, man.
You said what?
You gotta show love. You gotta show love to your guys. That's how you motivate everybody to come together and play hard, game in, game out, no matter who we're playing. That's one thing I hated about Kentucky. It was too many soft people on our team. Sorry, but that's just how
That's what we're looking for in the locker, Ant.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
So Ant brought out the realness. Nah, you ain't, dude. You ain't.
Oh, I'm gonna talk real.
You ain't lying.
You know, I hated Kentucky, right? You know, I got the raw deal at Kentucky, and I hated it.
So go ahead, Rez. Finish that up.
I mean, you know, I don't live my life based on accolades. But when I came to Kentucky, I was one of the highest recruited JUCO prospects, and I went to Kentucky, and it wasn't to be sitting behind anybody. And I don't feel like, you know, I love Melvin, and even Melvin should have been a starter, but I felt like when I got there, I should have been somewhere on the football field. Period.
Ooh, hey.
And somebody told me that I can transfer if I didn't like it, playing special teams, you know, my whole junior year when I could have been on the field contributing. And, you know, it really it set a fire. I take good things. I think I take positive things out of every situation. And, you know, what that did for me, because that was the first time I had never started. And, it forced me to look deep and, you know, write these goals down and put those blinders on and focus even harder on my goals because of that situation.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing, and I'm just joking with Van, man. Like I said, Van was a businessman. He stayed in his business, but I'm not joking one bit about Reggie and George. I'm just a snotty nosed kid from the Midwest, Northeast Ohio, which everybody I was coming to school with was from Florida, Georgia, Texas, and back then y'all was getting on y'all dudes from California coming through there. So, you know, I felt out of place, man. But for you to say what you're saying now, for you to be struggling with your own issues, trying to, you know, make a way for yourself, and then to look out for me and be positive, because a lot of times when you angry, you surround yourself by angry people, or that's the type of energy you support yourself with. And that's, again, I say, man, like I say, y'all were nothing but positive to me, man. When I was trying, man, y'all would pump me up on every little thing I did, whether it was good or bad, give me corrections. I was like, man, why y'all worried? You know, basically, I'm so low on the totem pole. Why y'all worried about me? But I honestly remember you and George always picked me up when I was down. It's like, so for you to say you fighting for your own spot, I mean, that's commendable, man.
Oh yeah. See, where we came from, though, man. It was a brotherhood. We went 20-0, and it was about, you know, we fought each other because when we all got between those lines, we all wanted to make plays, and I knew that the guy next to me had my back. You know what I'm saying? And to have a successful team, everybody has to play for each other, and everybody's got to treat each other a certain way. I got to have respect for you. I got to treat you a certain way. I got to bring you along because I'm going to have to play with you eventually, right?
Right.
When you lose that and you don't have a coaching staff that brings that environment, you're going to lose, period. And that's, you know, that was the hardest thing, going from a winning, not just winning on the field, but we were winning here. And then you go into an organization where they don't know how to win. They don't even know how to win here. and you got to try to combat that, and then you're getting screwed over. Like all of us got screwed over. Everybody who came from City got screwed over, like hands down. Like George got screwed. George was a damn good safety. Yeah, Damon, Carter, E. Gray. I mean, dude, like with Eric, honestly, and I ain't taking nothing away from any of the other guys that we had because they fought hard and they deserved everything that they got. But with E. Gray, we would have definitely won more games just because of the caliber of player that he was. You know what I mean? But, that's neither here nor there. And I just feel like it's got to be a brotherhood for success.
Bro,
hey, man, I'm going to let you take the show back over. I'm going to stick around if you don't mind. Yeah. But I want to say this before we get up because this is all time. The coaching staff he's talking about is the same coaching staff, man, I don't know if you remember this, told Mo Williams because he didn't show up for spring, and I don't know what the reason was. I thought it was clear through the coaching staff that he wouldn't be there, not spring, all season workout. It wasn't even spring, like it wasn't mandatory. It was voluntary.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't, and a running back that should not be named. Not saying that I should have been in that position. I'm definitely not saying I should have been in that position.
Uh-huh.
But they named another running back, the starting running back, because Mo didn't show up for something, and he was already freshman All SEC.
Yep.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you, Damon Carter, to this day, playing in the league and everything, Damon is one of the best running backs I've ever seen play. And y'all didn't get a chance to see Damon play. Oh my God, dude. I've never seen somebody that had that type of speed and power. Like Damon could change gears and then he could turn it on and blow you up in the hole. Like, I never seen that before. Even when I got to the league, like, I've seen some really good running backs, but that dude was something special, man.
Damon had that AP running style.
Yeah.
That's what obviously he's older than AP, but I would say that's who AP remind me of when I saw him. I'm like, man, that's a little bit of Damon Carter. Built the same way, about the same size. He had that.
Hey, you hit that right on.
Yeah.
I never thought about that, but yeah, you just hit that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, and this is you touched on something that bothers me, and it bothers me a long time. You said the word soft, and we had, since we're in the locker, we had some players, to me, that didn't dedicate themselves to their craft. Soft is hard. That's a hard word. I can't even say soft. I'm going to say they were not dedicated. To me, a lot of players there were just happy to get a scholarship. And they got on campus and I got a scholarship. I'm getting my books and college paid for. Now it's my time to relax. And they didn't take it up. This is my time to turn it up a notch. They went there and turned it down a notch. That's what I got out of it. It hurt me seeing these guys come from where I came from. Seeing these guys not dedicate themselves completely. And I mean dedication to the weight room, dedicating to what you eat, dedicating to get to sleep. All the stuff that we need. I would have rather a guy, we're in the locker. I'd rather a guy say, let me go half-ass on my academics and go full-ass on these sports. And I'll catch up on the academics in the spring. That just didn't have it. We didn't have football players. We had people who played football.
We had nice guys. I'll never forget this. We were playing Florida. And we were at halftime. We were playing at Kentucky. And we were at halftime. And one of these guys, I'm not going to even name no names, but he was like one of the most valuable players. They got me beat mentally and physically. I never heard nobody say nothing like that. And I was just like thinking to myself, like, what? I don't care if you are beating me 70-0. I am about to anything in a different color jersey. I'm hitting it, and I'm gonna go until the whistle blows. And when that clock says 0-0-0, that's when I'm gonna let off. Period.
Reggie,
So I say soft.
That was in the swamp.
No, we played.
That was 94.
It might have been.
And
that was 94. That was in the. I
might be right.
Huh? What was that at?
I think that's 90. Oh Lord, I think that was 95.
No, that was 94. I remember that. Like that is something.
Really?
Those are things that they're markers that you mark down. That is a dot. You know when you park in the parking lot and you leave that dot to make sure you can find your spot. That's one of my dots. That right there was a dot. I've told you that, Ant, many times. I can see that statement like right in my face, like it was said yesterday.
It happened in 96 as well, though. Man, it happened in 96 as well.
Did it really? Who?
Yes.
It happened in 86?
When Jaquez Green returned punts back to back
on
the Wild, I wasn't part of that team. But no, it happened. There was at least one defensive back that said something along that terms. And the point I wanted to get to what Reggie was saying was the point. I cannot fathom. That's unfathomable to me that we're in the middle of a war and you say beat. You're not beat until you stop trying.
Hold on,
you are not beat until you stop putting forth effort. If you feel like you beat, that means you done threw your whole arsenal at them. You done tried to jump them. You done tried to hit them upside the head with a brick. You done tried to cheat.
Right.
But quit. Come on, man.
And this is the worst part about it. Is we all have faced somebody who was physically our equal or maybe a little bit our equal. Because Frank Sanders was a beast for me. That's the only dude that I went like, okay, I'm not going to try and punk him. I tried to punk him once. I'm like, all right, that ain't going to work on him. So physically, we have had people who met that criteria. But when someone say mentally, dude, the one thing you got is your mindset to flip it. You can flip the switch. You can trick yourself into doing something. But when you
not
say,
if you're weak,
yeah, that's when you say I'm mentally beat, dude, you're done. You might as well turn your equipment in because what else do you have?
But you said it. You said it. You're comfortable that you have a scholarship.
Yep.
You are happy that you're on scholarship. You're not happy to go out there and fight to the end for your teammates, for your brand, your school, all of that, man. Like, I told my kids today, I said, man, y'all don't know me like when I played. It's a switch that has to go on when you go on that field. There's a switch. If that switch never turns on, you're worthless.
Right.
That switch has to come on. You have to be someone else when you get in between those lines. And some of the guys that we had just didn't have that fight in
them. One thing I can say, and Reggie probably gonna disagree with me a lot because I know how he is. 95% of all DBs, we had the switch. Now there were a handful, not a handful. There was a couple. There was a few, but for the most part, we tried to play our ass off.
Oh yeah.
We get first of all, we had a coach who would get in your ass, good and bad. Yeah, man, I don't like telling that story, but yeah, I've told that story a few times, Reg. And when you said it, I knew exactly where you were going because we all look. Because he didn't say that to me. It's different. And it really shouldn't matter, but it's different if you go into the corner, maybe you're in the bathroom stall, and you say some bull like that. But when you say it audibly, where many people can hear you, that changed my perception of that player for forever. For forever.
Oh yeah, me too. I know who it is. Like it just stuck with me. like, and that was my introduction because when I came to Kentucky, I had my school. I didn't even consider Kentucky really at first. I was going to go to USC. I was going to stay in California and go to USC. I was like, when USC starts recruiting me, I am there. I'm done. Nobody else even matters. And when I looked at Eric was coming, George was coming, Damon was coming, Fonzo was already there.
Yep.
I was like, man, we could actually build something. And then you're playing in the hardest, toughest conference in America. So I chose Kentucky, even though my visit, it was snowing. So who chooses a school when it's snowing on your visit? You know what I mean? Like, so I looked at it as an opportunity that we could build. We were building something. And then when I got there, man, I got the bait and switch was on. The recruiter that recruited us got fired as soon as we got there. And then, we on the end of the depth chart, which is cool. I ain't afraid to work, but you just screw me over just for no reason. That just didn't sit well with me. I carry that.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said this. This is something I tell parents all the time that come to ask me for suggestions. I'm like, listen to me. Every coach in the world is going to tell you everything you want to hear on your recruiting trip.
Yep.
You are going to be the best thing. You're going to be the guy they want. You're going to be you are number one on their list, et cetera, et cetera. You got to look beyond just that. You got to look at the depth chart. You got to look at who's returning. You got to look at am I a good fit? You got to ask all the other players to be honest. You can't ask the guy who's your recruiter, so to speak, the guy who's your host. You got to get around all the guys. And if they're not bringing you around all the guys, there's a problem. If they bring you only around a handful of guys, that means they're trying to hide something. So if you don't meet the majority of the team, there is an issue. And there's just a lot more to it, man. Now, if you want to go to an institution for the education, they offer a good degree, a good system, a good alumni system, and you got a lot of networking opportunities. Okay. Well, then you know what you're going to school for. But if your goal is to go there and play right away and start right away, you got to look, man. There's a lot. There's a lot to it. And I just wish more parents were a little more cognizant of that. I know some people are not athletic parents, but you got to ask around, man. I've seen a lot of people pick the wrong school. A lot. And honestly, man, when you saying that, I forgot all you guys came. I thought Eric Gray came a year after, but I'm gonna say this, be real. I don't know how the hell y'all came all the way from San Francisco to Kentucky, and knowing that didn't y'all just play the junior championship or something that year before?
2 years straight.
Yes. So,
but you gotta think. Okay, Kentucky had just went to a Peach Bowl the year before.
That's true.
So you're looking at they're building something, and we can be a part of that, and we can help this team go to the next level.
Right.
Like, we were game changers. I wore the shirt. it fit. We were, and I'm not just tooting our own horn, but we were game changers. Like, we brought a whole different mindset to that team, but we never really got a chance to display that until, my senior year.
Right.
I think you can't tell me Damon Carter. At first I was like so pro Damon, but when I respected Mo's game after watching him play.
Right.
But you can't tell me you can't have Mo and Damon back there,
right?
Dude, with Eric Gray. Come on, man. Hey, I'm telling you. Those three weapons right there gets you 6 wins by themselves.
I'm gonna just say, my freshman year, we had an unbelievable amount of leadership. that I didn't know as a player losing them that it would affect us as much. Losing that group of seniors and then having Trent get shot, I think affected that next class more than they would admit to. I think they, rightfully so, maybe took a step back and look at what's important and what's not. I think that set us back that year because we were not a 1-10 team. I'm not saying we were a 10-1 team, but we were damn sure not a 1-10 team. and dude, that what I don't even know what to say about that. That hurt me a lot. Try not to talk about it because it brings up bad feelings, but that next year opened my eyes to a lot about what we had as a team.
You need leadership, and if you go into a situation where you don't have leaders, like, so we're us coming in, we are leaders in our own right, but we're new guys there, so we're not going to be the leadership that you need coming in because we're trying to find our way.
Right.
Melvin was not a leader. Melvin was, just Melvin. Melvin was off to himself.
Yep.
So we didn't have leadership in the secondary. We didn't have, we just didn't have that the things that we needed to be successful on the field. We just didn't have it.
No.
All the way around. And then when you couple that with coaches that we didn't have respect for because of that, look, if you tell me that I just got beat out by somebody, I can live with that. I ain't getting beat out by nobody like that. I'm telling you, I know it. But when you lose respect for your leadership coaching wise, what does that do to the morale of everyone on the team as well? All of those things have to go. When you're looking at Alabama right now, right? They might not like Nick Saban, but they respect Nick Saban, right?
Right.
Everybody on that team is trying to go to the next level, right? So what does that do for your organization? Everybody's fighting.
Right.
We didn't have that.
We didn't. Wins. This is when I realized that wins cures all problems. When we beat Louisville, everything was gravy. We won that first game. We got the Governor's Cup.
Game one.
Everything is good. The problem happens is when you start losing 2-3 in a row. When we lost to Indiana, that's when it was like, wait a minute. Now, last time we lost to Indiana when they had Trent Green, and Trent Green was a baller. We should not be losing to Indiana. And
I was like, Indiana, Lord,
hold up, and that was a home game.
Indiana.
That was a home game.
Yeah.
That was just yeah, man. Let's get off that season.
Hold on. Let me wrap this up in a nutshell.
Okay.
From somebody who came after y'all. Everything y'all said was sitting there festering in my mind the whole time.
Uh-huh.
The coaching staff now, and y'all both know one of our teammates is a coach now.
Yeah.
His thing is, if you can play, you are going to play. If you were starting last year and you want to continue to play, you need to keep that youngster off your ass.
Right.
But if that youngster starts overpowering you and making more plays and taking in the playbook and doing what he has to do, he's going to play. The one thing I learned from playing when I came in, when Reggie, I think, was a senior, and I think you were a junior, Van.
Yeah.
Man, those were the most coddling coaches I've ever seen in my life. And I know this is gonna get back to people, and A. White was talking bad on you on the pod, but no, the thing is, I have never seen a coach feel like your feelings matter more than winning. Because like Reggie said, any of my dogs I was raised up with in high school, because I didn't have too many close friends in college because we were all from different places. But in high school, if my teammate wasn't giving what I knew he can give, and that's my boy, and he's my boy first, my teammate second, it's going to be a fight. Like Reggie said, it's going to be a fight. We're going to shake hands after and be like, hey, man, don't do that again. It's going to be over with. But we not going to, oh, we sorry. No, we're going to let him get a couple more plays in because, and that's the one thing for Reggie to say that I noticed that as a freshman. It didn't seem right to me. I thought I was just getting welcome to the business. That, oh, somebody ain't doing good. Oh, no, let's just give him some time. No, he'll be okay. And why we taking ass weapons?
No. Get your sit over there. Take a seat and bring somebody in that wants to damn win, no matter who we're playing. Period. Oh, in high school, man, if one of my dude, I cussed out everybody. Right. But they just knew that's who I was on the field. Like, that's who I am. When that light, when I turn that switch on, I am somebody else. But that's what you have to be trying to go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? You cannot be nice. You cannot look at the other team and be intimidated. Like, because of it's a Florida, it's a Tennessee. Like, those are the games I want to play. Peyton Manning, let's go. I want to play people like that. That's why I came to Kentucky.
Right.
Like, I'm like, shit, look at every week you playing a top 10 school, damn near, you know? Right. That's what you live for as an athlete. That's the only thing we have. We don't know if we going to the league or any of that stuff. You know what I mean? You want to play the best competition, and you want to put everything that you have, that you've worked your whole life, you want to put it out in front of everybody. You want to make yourself proud, make your people proud, make the school proud. And then I just saw too many weak-minded people on the field that's just comfortable with, you know, what was going on. And I love Coach Curry, man. Coach Curry, I love Coach Curry because he was a father figure to a lot of guys. And that draws me to a coach. Like, but I don't need you to be nice and sweet to me. Tell me what I need to do to make this team successful, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out of my way to make us successful.
Yeah, and you're preaching, man. I can't say too much about it. I would say that my football experience at UK wasn't what I wanted, but everything else was beyond what I could expect.
At the end of the day, man, we all are in our 40s or whatever, and we're still being able to communicate. So some good things came out of it.
Right,
period.
Right. I'm there with you though. There were some scholarships that shouldn't have been there. Now, I don't know if we could have gotten better players. I would say that Peach Bowl year, we should have gotten whoever we wanted to, so to speak. But since I was going to ask you that, like, what made you come to UK? But since now you just laid it all out there, that ends that question.
Dude, I went to my visits, right? I narrowed it down to 3 schools: San Diego State, USC, and Kentucky. And like, honestly, I was like USC. I was so fixated on USC. But when I came to Kentucky, the one other thing that I really noticed was the amount of money that we had in our facilities. And for a young person, I went to USC. They playing in the Coliseum, which was old as dirt, right?
Yeah.
You don't get your name on the back of your jersey. Like, as a young player, those are the things that going through my head. And then I go to Kentucky. Everything's new. It was state of the art before it was a such thing as state of the art, right? We got an indoor bubble, we got game rooms, we got,
no, you're right.
When you look at those facilities compared to anywhere else in the country, hands down, Kentucky had it.
Right.
So I was like, wow. And you look at the competition that you're going to play every week. And you know, and then I had, like I said, I had George coming, I had Eric there, I knew Fonz. Damon was there, so I was like, we're gonna build something. I didn't even look at the damn roster. I wasn't tripping. I just knew what I brought to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, honestly, like, I know what I brought to the table. I'm gonna work hard. You're never gonna have to question anything that I'm doing. You know, I'm gonna be in the weight room. I'm gonna be lifting with every, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna miss practices or anything. So I
It's
know
funny,
what
Red, you say that, man, because I always talk about Toledo, and people always wonder. My best friend signed with Toledo. He actually played in the NFL for 5 years, but that was I was thinking about going to Toledo. One, I didn't really want to stay in state. My mom didn't want to let me go far, but Toledo was on my list so I can play with my boy. He played safety, I played corner. He was quarterback, I was running back. He was the point guard, I was the shooting guard. So I mean, we played everything since kids. So I was like, man, it would be great to take our tradition somewhere else. But like you said, once you got to Kentucky, man, got to see the fan base, man, on the recruiting visit, just walking around public, man, they loved you and everything was great. Then, like I said, you look at the schedule, man, once you get there, man, and you start getting that spring game and you on the bottom of the depth chart and people whooping upside their head, you start second guessing that decision. But I like we all both hit the nail on the head, man. I don't think it was a bad decision. I'd have made some great friendships, man. I mean, the city. I don't know how you guys are, man. The city seems to love me or at least respect me and what I've done for the university. And I don't think there's more that I can ask for from that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, man, you always got to take something good out of it, and it was great things. I mean, at the end of the day, for me personally, I was able to go on and play in the NFL, so you know it worked out for me. You know, and that comes from the inner person, because I could have been like some of the other guys and quit and leave and transfer like I was told, but I said no. F that, F you, I'm gonna do what I need to do. And once I get on the field, I'm gonna just show you. I mean, having somebody who you know can't really play with you, but competing for your job, even at your senior year, dude, that was just crazy to me. I was so frustrated the whole time I was
there. Yeah, man. I'll say this. I appreciate you, Stan, because my senior year, you made my job a lot easier. As I tell people all the time, I'm a guy who like to study opponent and get a leg up. So some people say it's guessing. It's not guessing. To me, it was scout reports doing detailed analysis of what they're gonna do. So if they come out of formation and I'm like, okay, 50% of the time they run this. Well, I'm playing that. Period. I'm playing what I know they're gonna run. And sometimes they might run something different. And it's nice to have a safety who has a range over the top. That if they don't run, you at least got some folk to bring them down.
They didn't even try to throw on us. They were just running down our throat. I had 100 and something tackles. I led the team in tackles almost the whole year.
Hey, Reggie, and just so you know, he ain't bull jiving. We talked about, I think it was last week, and we were talking about NFL safety that he played with, and he said, Van did say, I would have preferred to have Reggie Russ back there for the same reason he says. So he ain't making that up, and he ain't blowing smoke because you on here.
Reggie, dude, I never played free safety before. You know, I look at some of that old tape, and I'm like, damn, if I would have had my junior year, if I would have been able to play the position and learn it, my senior year, I would have killed it. Like, I didn't really kill it because I had never even played it before. I played strong safety, like in San Francisco. I was making tackles. Like, I had 10 sacks at JUCO my sophomore year. I don't know how many tackles. They had me in the box. So when they moved me to free safety, that was new to me. I didn't know how to play no damn free safety.
So Reggie, what position did George play at JUCO?
George played free safety. So George had 10 picks. George was all over the field, dude.
So they flipped y'all.
Yeah, but George was aggressive. I ain't taking that from him, but I was like a linebacker. You know, in the scheme. And it actually helped me out because when I went to free safety, I still made a lot of tackles because I wasn't afraid to get in there and make those tackles.
Right.
But I never played free safety before.
Come on, man. That's why I say I wish we would have got you out of high school because to me, like I said, you had everything to play free safety. You you could cover, you had unbelievable range, and you were a sure tackler. I tell people all the time, it's nice to intimidate people, but I need someone who's going to get that guy down 90% of the time. And I had no idea, man.
Thank Coach Smith, because you know what I did? I went and studied film on Melvin. And when I watched film on Melvin, Melvin would blow people up, but he missed interceptions and he missed tackles because he was always trying to blow people up. So one of my goals going into my senior year was like, I'm not going to miss tackles. So I ended up leading the league that year, the SEC, in solo tackles. I had 81 solo tackles, which led the whole entire conference in tackles. And that was one of the goals based off of that experience.
Which leading the team,
and that's what got me noticed.
Leading the team in solo tackles as a free safety isn't a good stat.
Hey, it's a good stat when you stand out.
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
If I don't stand out in that aspect, I had one pick my senior year. So if I don't stand out just being around the ball and making tackles and, you know, leading the league in tackles from free safety, even though, you know, we were getting run through, that helped me stand out. So, you know, I treasure it.
Right. All right, boys. Hey, Reg, I appreciate you coming on, man. Sticking with us through these technical difficulties. Bro, it was good. Hey, salute to you. Mad respect.
You got it.
Mad respect. And hey, Ant, I'll see you on Thursday, brother.
Yeah, if mommy ain't got me doing no honeydews, man. I want to be here. You know, she tried to force me to come on. She's like, no, go ahead and broadcast with your buddies, man. And then up until like right up at showtime, she still giving me honeydews.
Hey,
so you know,
mom's the most.
That married life.
All right, fellas. Appreciate you.
That married life.
Yeah, same way. Later.
Well, I appreciate you guys inviting me on, man. Anytime.